This is your announcer, Shannon Saint Mainframe, welcoming you to our IP Livecast. Sorry, Livecast fans. The show might be delayed a little today. Rob told me he's outside Luigi Mangione's jail cell, serenading him with "That's Amore." No word on how long we'll be delayed. Oh wait, here he comes. Our IP Livecast starts now.
Oh, there he is.
I made it.
Oh, thank goodness. You all right? How did he take the song?
Well, I guess all that's left to say is that's amore.
That's amore.
That's a federal prison, eh?
When your balls hit the floor like a B-54, that's amore. That was one of those songs in the school bus where we used to do that, or Diarrhea. Remember that song?
Diarrhea, yes.
But
I think I learned that from The Simpsons.
Oh, really?
Oh, wait, no. Parenthood, right?
Okay.
That was the movie Parenthood. They do that, I think.
Diarrhea, cha-cha-cha. It was just well, it might sound really gross, but it's really good on toast. Diarrhea.
That's right.
Or when you're climbing up a ladder and you feel something splatter, diarrhea.
I think the one in Parenthood was like baseball themed. It was like you're sliding into first and you feel like something burst. Diarrhea.
I don't remember, but it definitely clangs a bell that the Parenthood did that.
We are keeping it classy on episode 799 of RIPL Livecast. It's Rob here with Sid and Darren 3D himself. It's September 21st. It's officially winter, folks. You know what the good news is? Every day it's going to get darker a minute later. So that's nice.
If you care about that sort of thing. Not everybody cares about
I like having more sunlight in the day. It's nicer. It feels better.
I get seasonal affective disorder pretty bad, so I like the sunlight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
And I already get up way too late. Like I wake up sometimes around 11, so it's like then I have like 4 hours of sunlight in the winter.
For me, it's also now in the morning. Now I've never been up this early in the winter, but it's even dark at like 7 a.m. It's like, come on. I almost have to wait to walk Bobka because I don't want to walk in the dark.
You scared?
Pussy.
No, I just want I want a little sunlight in my life, baby. I just don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to get out of bed, baby.
That's what the flashlight function on your iPhone is for.
So you turn into Sid
to
when
prevent
it's dark?
laziness?
Is that
What?
No, to turn the light on.
You're Sid in the wintertime. You don't want to get out of bed.
Oh no, there's light in my apartment, but I see where everything is. I just don't want to get up physically. What don't you get about that? My bed is very comfortable.
Don't you have to like pee or something? Doesn't that get you out of bed?
Yeah, and then I go back to bed.
Oh well, then all right.
I've been naturally waking up at like 5:30 to do a pass, and then I sleep for another hour. It's nice.
There's just something about waking up to piss. I don't want to do it. Like I'll lay in bed.
Yeah.
It's my foggy brain. I'll hold the piss in.
Yeah.
See, so here's the thing. I've accepted that my body will not go back to sleep until I piss. So I'm just delaying my rest by not getting up.
Of course. But you still do it.
No,
it's not
not me. I'm just like, all right, let's get this over with. It's far.
That's what I say to myself too, but it doesn't work a lot.
Yeah.
No, I just like to get it over with and get back in bed and done with it as quick as possible. Maybe check a few tweets.
Maybe what we need to do is sleep in a pit diaper. And then when that moment comes, you just piss yourself and go right back to sleep immediately. Extra warm and toasty down there.
Sloshing around.
No, it's very absorbent. You're not sloshing.
Didn't you see the materials?
But it'll feel wet. Even if it's absorbed.
Do we need to play that
evaporate.
commercial for you again, Rob?
But I mean, the wetness is still there. It absorbs.
Rob, are you trying to lead us to believe you've never slept in wetness before? Get out of here. Get out of here.
What?
We know what your life is like.
Different kind of wetness.
Clean up. Get out of here. Change the sheets if need be.
Never made a little cuddle puddle?
No. I mean, if I have, I wipe it down.
Immediately? You don't linger a little?
Sure, a little maybe, but not the whole night.
Well, this isn't the whole night. This is 5:30 in the morning, so for like an hour.
Too much.
No,
an
definitely
hour. You
not an
stopped fucking
hour.
at 4:30. What are you there with a stopwatch outside the window? Rob, you stopped fucking at 4:37 a.m.
The cuddle puddle would dry out in an hour if it's that kind of cuddle puddle.
No, I'm taking it back to the pissing yourself now.
Oh no.
He's saying you did a little piss play there with
Maybe
Luigi.
Well, just a quick update. Luigi Mangione. He's in New York now. He's right next door.
To you.
To me. At the federal prison. A few neighborhoods down the block. Right near a really good ramen spot.
And a good barbecue spot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's true. A lot of good spots down there for people hoping to visit Luigi Mangione.
Is there a McDonald's near there? There is, right?
There is, in fact.
Yeah, like
yes.
one avenue over. So you can bring him a hash brown.
Oh.
That's what did him in the last time. Man, it's like wearing a Christian cross around Jesus. Get out of here with that shit.
I want people showing up to the trial with like Hashbrown Stigmatas now.
Yes.
Is that the episode title? Did we just get the episode title this early?
You can't say that about something you said yourself.
I'm gonna submit it anyway.
Okay.
I'm on board with it. Don't listen to Rob.
It's a good band name.
Seconded.
I do want to talk about this. So he was in the news this week because I guess he was extradited from Pennsylvania to the great city of New York. And I have not so many, but I have a few questions about this whole fucking thing. Number one, why the fuck is Eric Adams? Why does Eric Adams?
Because this guy is Mayor Quimby. He is the definitive Mayor Quimby. He loves a good photo op. He will just show up.
You're right. I think it's so hilarious how shameless
100%.
he is.
Yes.
And he just does not give a hoot. And also, do we really need like 20 people here?
No.
This guy with this fucking military grade weapon. Like, what's gonna happen? Someone's gonna try to fucking free Luigi Mangione.
Yeah, like who are we protecting from what?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Are we protecting him from retribution? Are we protecting the public from him? There's no justification for this that makes any sense.
I think it's just to make it look scary so you don't fucking kill a CEO. This is what's going to happen to you.
And the entire world just watches this and laughs at it.
Yeah.
And if anything, it just makes him look cooler. Yeah. And the other thing that I can't stop thinking about, and I know it's not the point, but
how hot he is.
Well,
that is the point.
That is the point. But like, where and when did he get this haircut? Like, who gave him this fresh fade before this perp walk? Like, look at this. He had a 5 o'clock shadow when he came. Also, his like eyebrows look threaded. Is there a prison stylist? Is there because this is a pretty nice haircut. It looks good. It's like, why are they trying to continually make him look hot?
Because it wins over public opinion. Why not?
But the cops don't want him to be.
But I don't know that that's something they can deny. Like, right? I don't know what the rules are. You might be able to, when your lawyer comes, if she brings like a stylist with her. I don't know.
You're right.
You're allowed to groom yourself. Maybe he's just really good at grooming himself. Maybe he's one of the metrosexuals.
Well, he has a history of threading his eyebrows. He just knows how to do it.
Maybe
with, like floss.
Maybe he like fashioned a shiv. He's just like shivving down his eyebrow hair.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Lingering on that picture a little too long there. Should I be taking over the visuals for this show? He's a good-looking man.
But no, it's just so funny how they're trying to tell us he's this terrible person, but they present him in the fucking coolest way possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do this? Why have this whole fucking perp walk from the fucking heliport? You know, like
It's not well thought out.
And none of it, like the deterrent aspect of it, doesn't make any sense because it's like, if you kill somebody, you're gonna probably go away for life regardless. So like, if they charge you like 2 counts instead of 1, it doesn't actually matter. So there's not like anything they can do to him that's gonna be like, oh man, now people are really gonna be turned off from ever trying this again. It's like, murder is murder. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, everything they're doing, I feel, is backfiring.
Well, I think also there's some element of like hubris and no self-awareness, because I think from the elitist point of view, this guy is like the worst piece of shit ever, you know? And everything they're doing is in line with that. Like, we're going to perp walk this. Like, it's the same perp walk as if the guy had murdered like 68 children.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's but that he's equivalent to that guy because he killed the CEO, to other super rich people and powerful people.
Yeah.
So that, but it's not connecting with the audience, and they can't figure it out.
They don't perp walk school shooters or the church shooter guy didn't get the perp walk that this guy got.
This is worse than that. Those people only killed randos. You know,
well, also, I guess those people didn't have to be extradited, so maybe that's their like. I don't think like he necessarily would have gotten this perp walk if he was caught in New York. Maybe it's he had to be flown here, so then it gave them the opportunity to have a bigger entourage. I don't know.
I think it's that definitely provided the excuse to do it.
Yeah.
But I do think this is a display of the kind of which they wanted to do in some sense.
And I do want to just point out that these jackets say New York Police Department Police.
NYPD Police.
Like, what the fuck are we paying for?
Yeah. Well, listen, they're not there to spell, Rob. I came here to lead, not to read.
I do also want to play, Darren, you share this in our Discord, which, by the way, if our show is not enough for you and you want to hang out with us, we're always in our Discord. Get all the links at ripalivecast.com. It's free. Come join our chat. But Eric Adams was interviewed and asked, why the heck were you down there at the perp walk? Like, what do you have to do with this?
You got shit to do?
Yeah, like, aren't you? You're the fucking mayor of the city.
Why weren't you at the perp walk for your second in command who just got indicted?
That same day, exactly. Yeah.
See what had happened was. Yeah. Why is there a tampon on the background there? What is that?
What?
I mean, a maxi pad.
Urban Upbound. Look
up
what
that is. It's a maxi pad on the logo. Not a tampon, a maxi pad.
It's the pit diaper.
And that is Luigi Mangione arriving back here in New York. First and foremost, why did you feel the need to go to the heliport and actually greet him once he got off that helicopter?
So I was at a conference a few days ago with the top CEOs, IBM, Deloitte. It was a room full of CEOs.
What the fuck is Deloitte? I love the
second company. I hear the name. I don't know exactly what they do.
It could very well be that he's mispronouncing it.
No, that's how it's pronounced. But let's see what they do.
But also, though, I was just as he said that, could you imagine the boner that he fucking had at this conference with all the CEO? Like, no wonder Hochul and him call this conference, because it's like, we get to hang out with all the fucking CEOs. Like, they're starstruck at all these fucking billionaires to be like, don't worry, we'll take care of you.
Deloitte is a multinational professional services network.
Oh, I'm sure that's very important.
Yeah, not at all shady.
CEOs and governmental officials, and the shooting, the intentional shooting, and the response after really traumatized the entire industry. Not only the CEOs, but the employees. People forget that. And I wanted to send a strong message.
Wait, not just the CEOs, the employees. Do any employees feel?
Well, what if the employee is like assisting the CEO and accidentally catches a stray?
Right, I see. Or they get confused for the CEO. Yeah. Right.
Well, I mean, they took care not to shoot shoot him around
this time, else. Darren. What if the copycats are lazy?
There is a report that he was considering a bombing, but he didn't want any innocent people to get hurt. So that,
all right.
Thank you.
Luigi differs in that way from our national government, but
forget that. And I wanted to send a strong message with the police commissioner that we're leading from the front. I'm not going to just allow.
You were behind him, though.
I was close to the front.
But if he turned around, then Eric would have been in the front. He's just thinking one step ahead.
I don't.
If Luigi was like, wait, I forgot something on the plane. We need to go back. Then all of a sudden, Mayor Adams right there in front.
I forgot my eyebrow threading kit.
Luigi in the front. Adams is like 3 or 4 rows back.
Is that Eric Adams?
Yeah, that's him. It's very compressed, but that's him.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's the only black guy there. Oh, no, there's one other one.
Let's get back to this.
City. I wanted to look him in the eye and stated that you carried out this terrorist act in my city.
You didn't say shit. You didn't say none of that shit. What the fuck are you talking about?
Also, it hasn't been proven that he carried this out. Well, first of all, and second of all, the idea that this is a terrorist act is absurd. Good luck proving that. Because I failed to see how for it to be a terrorist act, the public at large needs to be in danger, and I don't feel the public feels. To be
that's
in
like
danger.
a semantic thing that I'm sure they're going to try to argue is that like it doesn't have to be the entire public; it could be a segment of the public, and the segment of the public is wealthy CEOs.
Yeah, he terrorized that fat fuck.
Yeah. And the government values each one of them as like 100,000 regular people. So if you add that up, then
there was also this like ID poll thing going around. Like, you know, if he was a Muslim, they would have called him a terrorist. And like, they did call him. He's a white guy. They did call him a terrorist. Yeah. I'm sure if he was a Muslim, they would also have called him.
If he was a Muslim, he'd be dead by now.
Yeah, I feel like this is the wrong time to pull that one out when they are actually calling the guy a terrorist.
Yeah. I was reading that, they're so worried about picking jurors, and that like they're gonna let anyone
find anyone sympathetic to you.
No women and no gay men.
Well, also no one with like a disability, apparently.
Right. No one who's ever had to pay for health insurance. Yeah.
Yeah. We're just gonna have 12 CEOs. That's it.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck proving he's a terrorist. Good luck not having the jury sympathize with him. I honestly think there's a non-zero chance that he gets off.
I can't see it.
I don't know. Or
a lesser
have the
charge.
Judge
the lesser charge, I think, is in play. Getting off completely, I don't think that's
like a hung jury. You don't think there could be like a hung jury?
Well, then they just try him again.
Or a mistrial?
Rob, we're trying to focus here. Stop thinking about the jury's genitalia. Okay?
An average jury?
At the very least.
I think this is such a fix. I don't think there's any chance. There's no chance that they'll let the guy get off scot-free. Zero. Yeah. Well, they'll find some legal loophole to retry him.
He has some good lawyers.
Does apparently, he? I don't know. I mean, he has lawyers. I don't know how good.
Yeah. The very high power lawyer. The woman representing him in New York, funny enough, is married to the lawyer representing Puff Daddy.
I saw that.
Yeah. I don't mean she's carpool. Good. They carpool to the detention center.
Yeah, that's very convenient for them. No, but she's some high-powered attorney who has like a lot of history in the New York system. I read. That's what I love. That this kid is a rich kid. That he comes from like some really rich Maryland family.
Do we know what the money is from?
I believe health insurance.
Yeah. Really?
Yes. Or something like that.
Or something like I read that it was like diversified, but like that they have some interest in health insurance.
Wow.
Yeah, some parallel industry.
All right.
Thank you, Gen Z. Also, wasn't there some stabbing of some boss of some company earlier this week? Like a quote unquote copycat. But it wasn't like a big CEO or anything. It was just like some
Tim Horton
guy was mad at his boss.
It was some jerk on the like the board or something like that, right? Or like upper management guy.
Michigan boss stabbed by employee. in possible copycat crime in wake of CEO killing. A Michigan man allegedly stabbed the president of the allegedly stabbed the president of the company where he works in a possible copycat attack of the execution-style killing of United Health boss Brian Thompson. Eric Denslow, who runs the Muskegon-based Anderson Express Inc. manufacturing company, was stabbed during a staffing meeting in the firm's office on Tuesday, according to a statement from Fruitport Township Police Department.
Okay, now.
I mean, this could also just be like a fantasy football dispute.
Right.
You know that it's necessarily a copycat crime.
But let's
like
hope.
Not a huge company.
And of course, so here's the boss and the stabber. See if you can figure out which one is which.
Oh, wow. Has he got braces?
What are you saying, Rob? But he can afford braces, so wait.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the CEO.
Well, maybe
are those braces or are those like
fronts
braces?
Yeah.
I can see it's braces as I squint at it, but it could definitely have been fronts.
Is this Paul Wall? Is that his mugshot where he's smiling like that?
That is his mugshot. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
He's happy with
he's
happy
so
with himself.
delighted to have stabbed a dude. That's amazing.
Did this guy die from the stabbing?
No.
Oh no. Okay. Slacker.
Wow.
Come on. How you expect to get in the room with Puff Daddy and G Allin? And
they're not gonna just for fun. They're gonna extradite him to New York.
Yeah. Come on. No, well, he's got to get one good stabbing under his belt, and then he'll go on to a crime in New York. He can make it here. He can make it anywhere.
Stab Luigi to death in the prison. Epstein.
It'd be the Jack Ruby.
Yeah.
Let me try to find this news report where they interview him.
Wait, they interview the stabber?
Really?
Yeah, allegedly in court or in jail.
This is how media is unfair to CEOs. They don't interview the guy that was stabbed at all. Come on.
It is interesting that like there's been no comments of like I've talked to Luigi or whatever. You know, like I guess he's for his own safety probably shouldn't say anything or give any statements. But so it looks like let's see this Fox 17 Michigan local report about
Fox 17. Fox 17 News. Oh, okay.
The president of a Muskegon County manufacturer stabbed during a staff meeting yesterday, allegedly by a recently hired employee.
Today, the suspect appeared in court. Fox 17's Sam Lanstra has the latest.
Wasn't enough time for him to be mad at his boss.
Yeah.
District Court this morning.
Wait, this is the stabber, right?
A 32
Yes.
man from Walker.
Look, you could email him.
Dwight Schrute reporting.
Rob, what do you think of this guy's outfit?
As he heard.
Not a fan.
It's like it's straight out of like a fucking Pottery Barn catalog or some shit. What is
I have
this?
a big
This guy's
pet peeve.
not a Detroit news reporter.
Yeah, I have a pet peeve about you seeing the undershirt when you're wearing a sweater. Like, pull that shirt down, man. Come on, you could do it. Hide that undershirt. It takes 2 seconds.
You don't
You're
think
on
he's
TV.
doing that on purpose?
Even worse, unless it's a turtleneck. Get out of here.
He looks like an AI rendering of a nerd.
Yeah, something's off about his face. He doesn't look like a real person.
Imagine that this news station just can't afford reporters, so they just do like deep fakes of.
It is Fox.
It looks like he's doing this job so he can pay for a touring around the country with Bon Iver.
Yeah.
Like the Grateful Dead.
Oh my
Certainly
God.
by no means a case of whodunit.
A $500,000 bail for Nathan Mahoney for the charge of assault with intent to murder.
He doesn't appear in the courtroom. He appears via Zoom.
Wow.
That's brutal to have to hear you're spending fucking 10 years in prison over a phone.
I'd rather that than have to get dressed, leave, and fucking get cuffed and stand there and take it and then.
What else do you have going on where you're inconvenient?
Jerk off looking at the dude in the cell next to him, and he just wants to get back to that.
Get out of here.
With Sid, it's always about not going anywhere.
Yes.
Like, I think in this situation, you're all about changing your environment. You know, getting a little.
Never.
I'm with Sid on this one, though. I don't want to change my environment to a worse environment, like a fucking courtroom.
Well,
give me the Zoom. Give me the Zoom. I'm fine with
And in a
the
separate case.
Give me the Zoom. Give me the Zoom.
Cameraman, please zoom it.
of assault with intent to murder, and in a separate case from the same incident, a charge for fleeing and eluding a police officer.
This was a violent, vicious.
That's such bullshit.
Attack.
Like, of course you're gonna flee.
Yeah, that's so
According to
stupid
court
that they tack that
documents,
shit on.
Mahoney allegedly walked into a conference room meeting at Anderson Express Tuesday. He then stabbed the company president in his right side, right below his rib.
Man, this voiceover truly does sound like AI.
It really does. It really does.
We're not that far away from that. The news is probably soon going to do all of this.
Yeah.
Shit. Anderson Express is such a fake company. It's like Dunder Mifflin or something.
Absolutely. Yeah, like look at this shack. They fucking make meth here. Come on.
Yeah.
Mahoney was then arrested by police in a backyard in Ravenna after fleeing the scene. Court documents also say he is refusing to talk.
It's too early at this point and would be inappropriate for us to speculate about any motive contained here.
The Muskegon County
That should just
trial
be a guy that
attorney
runs up
says
and
Mahoney
stabs
was
this guy
hired
behind
at
while
Anderson
he's talking.
Express earlier this month, employed in an accounting role.
Again, we're not speculating about any motive in this case, but despite whatever redresses you may have against any individual, you cannot act violently against that person under any circumstances.
Oh.
And if you do, you will face the serious consequences that will come from this case.
The president of Anderson Express went into surgery after the stabbing. In a statement, a spokesperson for the company said in part, "We remain in shock over the incident that happened at our plant yesterday. Our first thought is with our president,
remain
who
in
has
shock.
a good prognosis for a full and speedy recovery."
Fuck out of here.
This all seems to me like a false flag that other CEOs just set up to be like, see, it's happening
it's
everywhere.
happening.
Now we got to crack down on this.
Yep. You're right. You're
Does this
right.
company
When you're
even
right, you're
exist?
right.
Is there actually records of this company existing before this week?
We're going to find a shack. All right. He's got to stab you, though. It's all right. It's going to hurt.
Wait, the guy has braces? We really couldn't find an adult man without braces to do this? Fuck. They're going to be sympathetic with him because of the fucking braces. This isn't going to work either.
He's going to do a whole manifesto. He couldn't afford braces. He had to sell his daughter.
The company dental plan is not good enough.
I didn't even hate you till I started thinking about this shit. Now I'm glad I fucking stabbed you, motherfucker.
He did the stabbing just for fun, and then retroactive was like, actually, though, justified.
Now I have a manifesto.
I didn't even read my employee onboarding packet to know how shitty this job was until after the stabbing. I had time in the holding cell. I'm gonna go back and stab you twice now.
Yeah.
I wanted to quickly go back to this Eric Adams interview because there's a quote at the very end of it that it's an iconic Eric Adams quote.
Going to just allow him to come into our city. I wanted to look him in the eye and stated that you carried out this terrorist act in my city, the city that the people of New York love, and I wanted to.
New York is the city that the people of New York love.
I mean, it's true.
Thank you,
I guess,
Eric.
Technically,
New York
to show
New York is the New York of people loving New York.
In New York.
New York is the Istanbul of New York love.
I'm still like 60-40 that he's going to get reelected next year somehow.
I believe
Well, maybe if he runs like as a Republican, maybe they'll take him in. And,
Republicans love him now.
Yeah.
And not at first. I think this incident has turned the tide towards Eric Adams, somewhat.
That's right.
But I think the Republicans, like in New York, it's different. Everyone votes against their own party. Like Democrats elect Republicans all the time.
Yeah.
Fucking Bloomberg and all that. And like, I think Republicans would just vote for Eric Adams if the other Democrat was like a typical mealy mouth, Mark Green type of guy.
Which it probably will be.
Yeah.
Is there like a front runner of the other candidates yet, or is it too early? It's probably too early.
I've paid zero attention to it, honestly.
There's a few. There are a few candidates. There's like forget their names, but there's like one guy who is like a mainstream guy, and then one guy who's like a progressive who's having problems getting matching funds from the city. I forget his name.
Oh, right. I remember that guy.
Well, Brad Lander is the current comptroller, and I think he's one of the ones running. Or has he not announced yet? But he's expected to announce. I don't remember. But he's definitely one of the people.
I don't know why.
The guy has a very unique name. I think it's like Zoe or something like that. I can't name it.
I don't know why when you said Brad Landers, I thought of Ken Sander. Do you remember that guy, the public access dude who got prank called like 50 times?
Oh yeah.
I feel we can't play that because it's got a lot of slurs in it, but it's just a hilarious rapid fire clip of these callers calling in and you're a jerk off and fuck you, and they start with a regular question. And he just sits there and takes all of these calls. It's hilarious.
Zoran
the show a while
Mamdani.
ago.
Is that who you're thinking of, Rob?
think
Zoran Mamdani from Queens? Yeah, he's one of them. Zelnor Myrie, Jessica Ramos, Scott Stringer.
Jessica Rabbit.
I think it's Zelnor that I'm thinking of.
No, you're thinking of Zoran Mamdani.
Okay.
He's the more progressive one.
Yes.
You don't mess with the Zoran.
Yeah,
and
he
it's
had a commercial.
Tasmani. So of course you're gonna like him.
Is he Iranian?
That is how I pick my candidates. He's born in Uganda.
Oh,
wow.
Uganda number 1, Iran number 1. Eric Adams number Hakpu.
Yeah, I saw.
Honestly, I'd go for any of these motherfuckers over Eric Adams.
Yeah. Well, we never know. I mean, I wouldn't vote for Eric Adams regardless, but
I wouldn't vote for fucking if it was Andrew Cuomo versus Eric Adams.
Yeah.
Who would we vote for?
I just would vote for
Cuomo.
one of the third party people that's never gonna win.
That is a tough one. Yeah, Cuomo and Adams is tough because I really hate Cuomo. But like De Blasio and Adams, give me De Blasio.
I'll take De Blasio. Sure. De Blasio did a few good things, apart from other bad things.
He had good ideas. He just presented them in the worst possible. He was just a really bad politician. Good ideas, but just the presentation was
still see him all the time in this neighborhood, and it always takes me a second to be like, wait, why does that guy look familiar? Oh,
because he doesn't look like a famous person, but then you recognize him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, oh, how do I know this guy?
Is that my sanitation worker? Oh no, that's the former mayor. All right.
He worked at Anderson Express Industries.
Well, I swear, the last time I saw him, he was carrying like a dresser, like a small dresser, into the train. So of course I'm going to be like, oh, how do I know this guy? Not, oh, that's the old mayor. Like, why is the fucking old mayor? And then it tickled me that the idea that his ex-wife was kicking him out of his house, like, take your fucking dresser to your new broad in Manhattan, you jerk. I don't know why he sounds like that, but
he wasn't the fucking president. He's like, it's like the mayor. They don't make that much fucking money.
No, I know. Just that he's taking the train into the city, as he's like, what? I got to fucking blow money on an Uber? Fuck that. It's $3 versus $80.
Let's see what his net worth is.
And by the way, Giuliani's $2.5 million. Giuliani's broke now.
We got to play that clip. But
he says he's broke.
But he might become the mayor just for the money now.
Oh,
Here's the Zoran ad that I really like.
This evening, New York Mayor Eric Adams has been indicted by a federal grand jury.
Every politician says New York is the greatest city on the globe. But what good is that if no one can afford to live here? City Hall is engulfed in corruption.
Unscientific.
The cost of living is the real crisis. New Yorkers are being crushed by rent and childcare. The slowest buses in the nation are robbing us of our time and our sanity. Working people are being pushed out of the city they built. A mayor could change this, and that's why I'm running. I'll make buses fast and free.
So I can just get where I'm going.
I'll make childcare available to all New Yorkers at no cost.
I want to raise my kid in New York.
And I'll freeze the rent for every single rent-stabilized tenant.
These Eric Adams rent hikes are killing us.
Life in this city doesn't need to be this hard. But politicians like Eric Adams and Andrew Cuomo want it to be this way. They care about their donors. They care about themselves. They don't care about you, the working class who keep this city running. This campaign is for every New Yorker who believes in the dignity of their neighbors. And the government's job is to actually make our lives better. We can afford to bring down the rent, have world-class public transit, and make it easier to raise a family. We can do all of that and so much more because this is New York. We can afford to dream.
What do you think, Rob? You gonna rip off that kurta that he's
Did you
wearing?
get a chance to vote on Tuesday?
He's not my. Oh, that's how I. Now I remember how I first heard of him. He was the guy that went to the Queens neighborhoods and interviewed people on why they were voting for Trump.
And AOC, the people that voted for both.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yes, the people in AOC's district who voted for Trump. Yeah, and reelected her.
He looks
That's
way
how I
different
found
here with that beard. Different style there.
Yeah, he's not quite my type. I think we joked about this before. He's like a 3 a.m. to like, oh, all right, I guess there's no one left. Sure. That kind of.
After he's done going around asking the AOC voters what they're doing, it's 3 a.m.
Like, oh, yeah, I guess we could.
Sure.
Interesting that he called out Cuomo there, even though Cuomo hasn't actually entered the race yet. I guess he's just assuming he will.
Oh, is that a rumor that Cuomo's going to run for mayor? Ugh, gross.
Wow.
Get
then
out.
Eric Adams would definitely win then. I feel like everyone in both parties hates Cuomo now.
It's tough.
I don't know.
People have short memories.
Well, let's put it this way. I think that would increase Adams' chances of winning if he ran against him. Because it's already now going to be, I think, all solidly Republican support for Eric Adams. And then you're going to add in like disaffected like Democrats that are sick of.
But wait, do the Republicans get to vote in the Democratic primary in New York?
Oh, I was assuming that Adams would just run as a Republican.
Oh, well, yeah. If that happens, that completely changes everything. But I guess he hasn't said one way or the other, which might already be tipping his hand.
Yeah. I mean, why is he a Democrat in the first place?
Yeah.
But
So here's the clip of one Rudolph Giuliani. What's he up to?
Let's see.
As you know, he's been embroiled in a lot of lawsuits. Whereas Trump keeps getting away scot-free, all of his accomplices do not. Especially...
It's like the picture of Dorian Gray. You know, all of Trump's crimes go on to the other people.
Exactly right.
Rudy got to do another bid for me. Pack light.
Leave all your Yankee memorabilia in the apartment. Somebody else is going to take that.
And don't drop the soap.
Oh my God.
Well, it turned out exactly as I expected. He ruled against us on everything. Also, the trial he set down.
My God, he's so orange. This fake tanner that he decided to put on. Brutal.
It's another thing that goes on to him from Trump. He just
he just stands under Trump and gets the drippings.
It's while he's giving the Joe Biden treatment to Ron Jeremy. Like that's the Trump.
Oh, no.
Standing under him.
Oh, my God.
For the period of time during President Trump's inauguration, he really doesn't need to have it because he's going to rule against me. If you were sitting in that courtroom and couldn't figure it out, you're stupid.
Who's that?
I've been practicing law for 56 years.
Is that professional wrestler Conan standing next to him?
Which one? There's two Conan.
I mean the one in the purple.
This judge had actually written.
It looks
what
a little
he
like
decided
Eddie
because he
Kingston.
was reading from it. This has been true throughout the case. We've had not one ruling in our favor. His background is serious left-wing Democrat. Yes, he was appointed by Trump, but he was appointed by Trump because of the two Democratic senators, and because in New York we appoint Democrats because of the deal that was made a long time ago between Javits and D'Amato.
Javits and D'Amato.
So this is about as left-wing as he gets. I knew his father. His father was a great litigator, but left of left of left. This is punishment. It's punishment for being the one who revealed, first, Joe Biden's 30-year criminality. I'm the one who revealed it, nobody else. He hated
no
me
one
since
do that.
then. He's been trying to torture me, stop me, take everything away from me since then. Anyone associated with me. Then, of course, the real indignity was...
Oh, the real indignity.
I'm the one who produced the laptop for the New York Post. I love the New York Post, but they have forgotten that. Half the cases I convicted people, and I tried the most significant cases in this courthouse in the 20th century, and prosecuted them and convicted them. And they were like real criminals, organized crime.
They were like real criminals?
They just morphed into like a Valley Girl for them. I put away like real criminals. After this, we should get some shows, okay?
Massive crooks recovered $2 billion for the federal government from Milken and Boesky. I prosecuted Nazis. What do they prosecute now? Republicans. Or people like Adams, who criticize Biden, and then they go after him for upgrading his tickets. This case against me is...
They go after... I love that he's just... all Eric Adams did was just upgrade his tickets. Is that illegal? Like, he's diminishing the breadth of the corruption of fucking Eric Adams. Love it. Oh, you can't upgrade tickets anymore?
It's a totally phony case in front of a judge even worse than him. The judge I'm going to have the motion for
worse than
contempt
the
in
Jim Brunzo
has the heaviest record for sentencing J6 people.
Not from the
Nobody sentenced
Minnesota.
them to jail for long. When she was the chief judge, she told the other judges they weren't given heavy enough sentences. Did I have a fair trial? I didn't have a trial. Half the time she was threatening to throw me in jail, like he is vaguely doing. Meanwhile, he said something that's totally untrue. I'm not worried about Mr. Giuliani.
Whoa, how'd that guy on the left slip
The
in there?
reality is...
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even notice that. It looks like what was that fake Sopranos show?
What was the fake Sopranos show?
The one where it's running now. It's like a fake.
Gravesend?
Not Gravesend. Is it Gravesend? Am I thinking of Gravesend? I don't know. They have the worst makeup on that show. Like the old people are all like 40. They just put like a light dusting of cinnamon and sugar in their
hair. Delicious.
Yeah.
Very appropriate for the Christmas season.
Someone was just telling me about that show Gravesend and how I need to. It's so good and blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm never trusting your opinion on entertainment again. If you're,
it's beloved in the poker circles.
Really? Is it on Prime? Where does that air?
Yes.
Okay. And we've never done a watch along of that show?
I don't believe we have.
I mean, it's got multiple seasons. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'd have to pick a specific episode or something.
We could go by episode titles. I'll add it to the list.
I can't seem to find like a new trailer. All the trailers are from previous seasons.
Oh no, Rob will have.
Oh, here's a season 3 trailer. Okay, because I want to see what's going on in the Gravesend universe today.
Spoilers, though. We want to enjoy the journey.
Welcome back our channel.one show that has had a love-hate relationship.
Oh, this is AI. Okay, here's the original trailer.
There are no saints in my world. I know what I am. I'm a soldier.
Brooklyn, this is my home. I grew up on these streets. It made me who I am today.
I was 13 years old when I knew. I wanted to be like Cousin Charlie.
Salute!
This is our neighborhood. All you gotta do is follow orders. You do that in this life of ours. Everything else is easy. Everything good with your crew? I gotta deal with this kid from the Bronx. His father's a captain. Respect is all we got, Benny. You can't keep baseball bat people and then run to me. Yeah, I got everyone in check. The rules are the rules. I didn't make them up.
The rules are the rules.
Did they just cast this by everybody having the same nose?
Yeah, that guy standing next to Rudy has the same nose.
It's all people in the same family, so you don't have to pay them.
No, there's a lot of cameos from people like people who are in every mob.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, like I think Chaz Palminteri even cameos in this. It's just anyone who lives in New York.
Mike Francesa in this?
My visit his daughter over there. When you go over and talk to her.
He was good. He was good in the Safdie Brothers movie.
Yeah.
Why you?
It's like Benny's or Letty's wasn't up in the world.
You know the feds have been snapping pictures of us. There's a whole world out there different from here.
And why are you back? Why'd you come back? I gotta go.
Hezbollah.
Danny Cuccio did this thing.
And I just stand there and watch him take a beat because Cuccio's a made man and I'm not.
Listen to me. You gotta control yourself. Running around this neighborhood like some crazy cowboy. There's rules and you know them.
I didn't ask to walk around here. I have to fight my way through everything.
Wait, hold on. I keep like these flashback ones. At least they do have old cars, so that is kind of cool. They do pay attention to that.
Sure.
Do everything.
Then you come in here tonight and you start a fight with your crew. You trying to test me and my family, Benny?
All I know is that he was taught right.
What are you saying, Chris, that I don't teach my guy
Oh,
right?
that
Huh?
guy,
The
Nicholas
last thing I...
Cotero.
They only showed like 1/50th of that car. They probably just bought a tail fin.
Fair point.
I needed a war with the Genesis. I took the same oath as you. I knew that that was my life, that the life came first. Our oath and our rules is my Bible.
Groundbreaking.
Please pray for my son.
What ground did they break other than
They
some road
literally
in
mean they
Bensonhurst?
dropped a camera on a sidewalk and it cracked
Yeah.
the concrete a little bit.
Reminds me of Partners by Peter James Iengo.
It definitely reminds, yeah.
Your mother was.
Used to pray for me almost every day.
Our Father, who art in
Please don't put me in a position where I'm not going to be able to help you.
heaven, be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us
Now
not
I
into
lay me down to
temptation,
sleep.
but deliver us from evil.
I'm fully at peace with my decision.
And I just want to say, for all of our audio listeners, I don't even think you needed the visual accompaniment. You know exactly what's going on here.
I'm at peace with my decision to fire this piece up into the air, shooting nobody.
I want to see that Zoran Mamdani guy at like the red carpet premiere of this, asking people how they could say this is good and The Sopranos is good.
Yeah,
Because that's the equivalent of voting for Trump at AOC.
It's
Explain
because
yourself.
They only like The Sopranos because there's like Italian like goofballs in it. That's it.
They don't actually care about the writing.
It's not the acting, the writing, and it is fucking narrative shit. It's like, yeah, give me more mortadella. Come on.
Oh my god. But it really is like they just gave that guy who made that Partners movie just a budget.
Yeah.
No upgraded skills or technique or anything, but just like, here's more money to spend on the same crap you're already doing.
And if you don't know, we're talking about an episode of Patreon that we did where we covered a movie watch along of this movie called Partners by Peter James Iengo, like who was just a random Brooklyn guy that got a few bucks together to make a movie. It's about
literally a few bucks.
Yeah. It's shot on like fucking digital DAT or something.
Well, yeah, like it was very evident that they ran out of money at some point in the shoot, because like the last 20 minutes of the movie are significantly darker than the first 15 minutes of the movie. You know, like there's actual
and you
production.
don't mean in tone,
initially.
you mean literally.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like they're shooting in the dark. They can't, and like with the weirdest camera shots and like a lot of noise. So it's like you could tell in post they had to beef up the video. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, really worth checking that Patreon out.
Look, there's a lot on our Patreon you can check out. It's only $4 a month. Get access to all of our archives, our on-demand library. Do it.
Okay, hold on, I'll do it right now.
Do it.
No, you get it free, Sid.
Oh, ooh. Lucky me.
Did I agree to that?
God damn it!
Fuck, I
I'll
was
vent
saying
you.
Let's check in with a friend of the show, Billy Graziati.
Oh, what's that lovable scamp up to now?
Billy Biohazard.
From the
as people
Biohazard.
call him. He recounted a funny story quote unquote, according to a transcription from Blabbermouth, involving himself and Metallica drummer Lars Ulrich. And Billy says, pretty much every band knows when you get to meet a band, you're like, oh, actually, we can just get him to say it. I'll just play the audio from the podcast. Give me one moment. Let me cue this up. But we had Billy on the show. Do you guys remember when we had him? It was him and, of course, Sendog. They have a band called Power Flow.
Is that still an active project?
Yeah, I think that's what he was promoting here.
But like he said about 8 words that whole time. It was just Sendog telling stories the whole time.
We talked about Roll and Roaster though.
Yes, that's true.
Pizza places.
Yeah.
So here he is on the podcast of Mike Z.
Friend of yours, Rob?
Sure. This is great. There we go.
There we go.
Pretty much every band knows, like, when you meet a band and you're like, oh, it would be great to tour with these guys. You know, I would love to open up for them.
Just pause it for a second, please. Can you just like set aside a block of time to sit down?
Yeah,
you have to be. What are you walking your dog? Like, what is going on
And
here?
what is this camera angle?
It's his phone. He's holding his phone.
He's walking and he's just got his hand at his side with his phone in it, like pointing up. Like,
yeah, and he has AirPods on to as a mic.
Oh, Billy.
The treat that in a very delicate way, or you don't give a fuck. But if you meet some,
can you guys figure out which park he's in? This is Owl's Head.
I think he's
probably in
he's
LA.
on his way to go stab the head of Anderson Express.
Oh no! Show us your teeth, Billy. Do you have braces on?
Somebody in a band, and that's your ideal band that you want to tour with, you got to, you go out of your way to say hello, be cool, be cordial. You pay for their beer, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not saying kiss their ass, but there's the right way to handle it and the wrong way to handle it.
Time out. He paid for like Lars Ulrich's beer? Is that
That's not what he's saying. He's just giving examples of like, oh, if you want to tour with a band, you be nice to them, buy them a beer, that kind of, like, he's being general.
They should buy you a fucking beer. What are you doing? Get the fuck out of here. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was at my some friends of mine had a after hour some spot in Manhattan, and it was a pretty happening spot. But I'm outside talking to the security dudes and the owners, and we're all young kids and they're buddies of mine. So Lars walks up. He's got maybe an entourage of like 10 people. And one of the owners says, hey, yo, Lars, can you introduce us? I'm like, yeah, no problem. So Lars walks by and I'm like, yo, what's up, bro? And he looks at me, kind of nods his head and says, yeah, hi, and walks right past me.
Ooh.
So as New Yorkers, my buddies are like busting my balls. They're like, oh, what the fuck? You don't know him? Yeah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, I do know him. He fucking knows me. So I walk in the club, I run up the stairs, not run up the stairs. I walk up the stairs, VIP, and I push through to him and his people. And I sit right down next to him. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? You said, you know who I am. I said, you made me like an idiot in front of my buddies. I said, you know me. Billy from Bios. He goes, oh, I didn't recognize your hair. I'm like, it's always blonde, dude. That's my thing. It's like Dimebag with his red beard.
Lars didn't recognize hair. That was the problem. He doesn't remember what hair looks like. Join the club, Billy. So, they do this to everybody.
I'll be too short. He kind of motions over to one of his friends. She comes and sits next to me, and she's like, "Who? What band do you play with?" I said, "Oh, She said, "Oh, you guys are fucking heavy. Cool." Blah blah blah. That was it. The next morning, I get a call from my manager, Scott Koenig, rest in peace, and he said to me, "Hey, I heard you bumped into Lars last night." And I'm like, oh, here he goes. He's going to bust my balls. And so I start telling him the story, and I was cool with Lars. I just basically went, stood up to him and said, hey, you know me. Don't act like you don't know me, especially in front of my friends in New York, they're going to bust my balls. Right. So sure enough, I started telling him the story. He interrupts me and he said, well, I don't know what happened or what you said or how you handle it, but they want to take you on tour.
And I'm like, I pretty much dropped the phone. Prince, come on, but I pretty much dropped the phone, Mike, and I was like, yo, what? I picked the phone up. They want to take us on tour.
That's the only acceptable reason. Look, sometimes your dog has to pee. You have a scheduled interview. Look, you got to do what you got to do.
Put down some paper.
Fucking Metallica. And I'm like, so word to the wise, you want to treat people always with respect, no matter who you are. I don't care if you're the garbage man or the president. You're cool with me. You get my respect.
I'm not sure if that's the lesson to take from this.
Yeah. Well,
Because-
also, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, because I don't think he treated Lars with respect after he was supposedly disrespected.
Agreed.
And in turn, he got rewarded for that. So maybe the lesson is stick up for yourself.
Well, I think I don't think Lars has any recollection of this happening at all. It's probably not why they got taken on tour. It's probably some marketing decision. It's nothing
He
to
said
do
it
with
was the very next day, so just a total coincidence.
Yeah, maybe they were planning it. They was like, who do we have that we could possibly take on tour? And they were one of them. It wasn't because he bumped into him at a fucking bar or something. You think?
Maybe he just felt like intimidated by jacked Billy from Biohazard. He's like, oh man, this guy's mad at me. I got to do something nice for him now so he doesn't beat me up next time he sees me.
And that guy has hair.
Yeah.
He's got more hair than I do. I better take him on tour.
He's friends with the guys in Onyx. That's scary.
They don't have hair, though.
It's true.
That's how you rank a band, whether they have hair or not.
Yeah, well,
that's how Lars ranks.
Yeah,
them.
it's his
Lars.
thought process. I like how he goes. This is Dimebag. Dimebag has the red beard. I have the hair. Like that's what you think Dimebag Darrell is known for? Is the red beard? That's like his.
Yeah, it's like a
him being
signature look
That's like
thing.
he's known for being a great guitar player. I don't think that's like the known. It's not like he's known.
And
for
that's
being
a more
redhead.
specific thing than being blonde.
Yes, I'm just.
Like, are
a
there
blonde
not other
guy.
guys in bands that are blonde? Like that.
Well,
was
he's
only
got
Billy's
the
thing.
bleached hair. Yeah, that
But
is
even that, there's a time in the '90s where literally every band had that.
Yeah. Aren't you the guy from Everclear? No, I'm blonde. Oh wait. Okay.
Oh, you're the guy from Green Day. No. Oh, you're from Nirvana. No, wait, no. The guy from Sum 41. The guy from the Goo Goo Dolls. I could go on.
Keep going.
Sure.
That's the rest of the show.
The guy from the Beach Boys.
Somebody comes up to him and says, "Oh, you're the guy from Four Non-Blondes." No, I'm blonde. It finally worked. It's finally appropriate.
Oh, bless his heart.
Yeah, we love Billy here. We're hazing.
I think we said anything too bad about him. Just I disagree that's why they were probably taken on tour.
Do we think though that the reason that Lars snubbed him initially was because he wanted to get into that club as quick as possible to watch people do cocaine in the bathroom? had no
Yes.
time to waste with small talk.
Yeah, he had a bathroom date he had to get to. You're right.
I also love how Billy at the end has to toss in that Lars introduced him to a female member of the entourage who knew Biohazard and said they were heavy. Like that adds nothing to the story except one of Lars's friends knew my band and thought we were cool.
And a girl.
Yeah. Like when that part starts, I'm like, is he about to say that he got a blowjob from as an apology?
Hey, don't kiss
Where
and
are
tell.
we going with this?
He left out the details. He's a gentleman.
It probably was a sex club though, right? He never specifically named the club or said what kind of club it was. He just said it was this after-hours spot. His friends are running it.
It's happening too.
I didn't know you had all this experience at sex clubs so that you could just call them out like that.
I don't, but I can.
Well, how do you know then?
I have experience assuming.
All right, that's fair.
Thank you.
Assuming the position.
Maybe.
Let's see what else we got going on in the world. I wanted to play this clip. A lot of traditionalists coming out in the woodwork lately. A lot of Puritans.
You mean like in terms of like the first wave of British heavy metal?
No, like trad culture, like about like marriage is for man and woman. and humans were put on this earth to procreate and such.
Marriage is for Budgie and Diamond Head.
And
Exactly right.
here's this guy, and who is he? He's just some guy. He's some guy on some podcast. This is why podcasting needs to be
Outlawed.
Outlawed, yeah, illegal, or there has to be some sort of licensing program here.
Would we get a license, Rob?
Yeah, we're grandfathered in.
We're grandfathered in, all right. Oh no!
So
That guy looks tough in the middle there.
So it's a guy interviewing a Trump supporter and the Trump supporter's wife.
And who is the guy doing the interview? Is he also right wing, or is he just?
I believe he's more just. I can't say for sure, but I believe he's more center. I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're having sex and you can't reproduce. Like,
so that's the Trump supporter speaking.
Okay.
By the way,
the best part about having sex is reproduction. Seriously, like, I don't value sex because of an orgasm. I value sex because I know that I am going to reproduce and have another baby.
Maybe the orgasm
that's
aren't good enough.
Ah!
Kidding. Sorry.
Pain. I mean, like, seriously though, like, the best part of it's why as soon as we got together, like, she's off birth control. As soon as
we got married, yeah.
As soon as we're together, it's like no birth control, nothing, because I'm not gonna have gay sex. And like, gay sex is more than just like another man and a man. It's just like the idea of looking at sex as such a materialistic thing and just like, oh well, like, we just have an orgasm and that's fun or whatever. No, like,
having sex for pleasure, gay. That's what he's saying.
I sort of understand his logic in like how he got there, because like, doesn't the Bible say that wasting your sperm is a sin, and that's what the religious fundamentalists always scream at gay people? So in that way, so he's just saying, well, if gay people do this and it's a sin and it's wasting your sperm, then any wasting of sperm is equal to that, and it's all the same. I guess.
Sounds like you need to be his communications director. Sid.
Well, I am an expert, capital letters, triple underline at wasting your sperm.
Oh, okay.
I know everything he's talking about. I know.
Wow, Sid, that sounds a little.
Is what it is. The foremost expert in waste of sperm. This guy.
Do you have a moment of reflection after every wasting of like?
Well,
oh,
I've wasted so much that it forms a puddle that I see my reflection in. You like that? Jealous?
Let's hear a little more from this philosopher of our
I can't
time.
tell if my wife looks like she respects him or is just really fucking sad.
I'm not gonna have gay sex. And like, gay sex is more than just like another man and a man. It's just like the idea of looking at sex as such a materialistic thing and just like, oh well, like, we just have an orgasm and that's fun or whatever. No, like, dude, sex is about having children. It's about having babies. Like, you pump yourself full of birth control and then you have sex with your wife, and like, there's no purpose there except just pleasure.
The thing also is like, if his wife was on birth control, doesn't that mean that she was having sex before they got married? And this was a preventative measure to not get pregnant? So wasn't she having quote unquote gay sex?
I love gay sex.
He converted her.
Noah dyed her hair black.
That's the only purpose.
Should people
Pleasure.
who are born like infertile,
okay,
have sex?
It depends. Listen, I am pro like people committing to celibacy for the rest of their life. I am pro like that. And if that was something that they couldn't have babies, I believe that they should have that choice there.
Well, they have the choice.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Yeah,
is
so
that what you believe is correct? Infertile people, no sex for you.
I think that it's crazy. Infertile.
That little giggle, Sid, that means she's not on board here.
Right.
That means that she wants to fuck the host real bad.
I think she wants to just fuck anybody but this guy.
She also doesn't look like she's cranked out 18 babies. So I don't like, what are the results of their only sex for procreation?
Well, you see it frozen in the caption right there. That's the answer. Infertile.
Yeah, what if he's infertile?
No,
yeah, I guess that's.
Well, then you know what, Rob? If he's infertile, tons of gay sex.
I think that it's crazy. Infertile people don't think. I don't see anybody really saying that, hey, I'm infertile, so I'm going to be celibate for the rest of my life. I'm not going to touch sex. I'm not going to have sex.
You think it's crazy people don't say that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that would be very honorable.
No gay sex with women, guys.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I agree.
And this is a real person? We're sure that guy's not an actor? All right.
I don't think so.
It's very similar energy to that Douglas Levison interview we saw with that podcast guy.
Mm-hmm.
Similar dynamic. Him talking about it's like infertile people shouldn't have sex is similar to amateur musicians shouldn't practice the horn at the park next to the 9/11 memorial. It's the same energy in terms of his belief in that take.
But at least Douglas Levison had to hear the fucking trumpet music. Like, this guy doesn't have to see anybody else fucking.
We don't know what he's looking at online. Maybe that's all he does.
Was he have like a stream in somebody's bedroom?
Now he's saying okay, wasting your semen is gay sex, right? What about just edging? Is edging okay?
They seem
like
to
if you don't waste the semen.
Do you think he knows about edging as a thing?
The Christians seem to love the edging. They love the edging, and they love the Mormon thing of putting the penis in the vagina and not moving, so that you get the feeling of the vagina without having sex, quote unquote. That's a thing that they do.
For real?
Yeah, look it up.
Oh,
That's like
Quick Van Comment says they were probably soaking. Is that what that is?
Soaking. I couldn't think of the name. That is soaking. Yes. Thank you.
That's what Rob does in the diaper at night.
I'm not into this.
That's what you do. Get a couple of loaves of bread and you think of Luigi Mangione.
That's a Mangione.
Yes, amore. When those eyebrows make you drool like a pasta fazool, that's amore.
Would you shoot on the eyebrows, Rob? Where would you aim? Lower back?
Oh. On them titties, baby.
Oh,
Although it looks like he's lost a lot of muscle mass since that photo.
Well,
in the Pacific Islands. So.
He had back injury. He's been living underground for a while.
He'll have another back injury after I'm done with him.
Oh, no, you break that back.
I'm sure.
Show him that murdering CEOs does not come without a punishment.
Murder that ass.
And neither do you.
Oh, that's nice. It's nice that we can joke about these things. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what else is going on in the world. So Jandra sent this over about a story about sorry from our friends at Rockfeed.
Are they our friends?
Yeah, I'm friends with Brian Storm at Rockfeed.
All right, I didn't. All right. Is he related to Lance?
No. And here's the story.
We've seen a lot of crazy stuff over the years, haven't we, guys? But nothing quite like this. It kind of takes me back to the time that a member of Brass Against peed on a guy on stage in the middle of the show, which I thought was hilarious. This guy was a willing participant. He stood up like Triple H and like spit out the pee everywhere. I was insane, and I did find that to be pretty hilarious. This one is very disgusting to me. Not a way to promote your band. I don't think it's going to make people want to book you as an act. So this artist is named Danny Tantrum. Danny Tantrum, during a recent show in Austin, Texas, got on stage.
Clearly his mom did not hug him enough.
Literally ate shit. It's disgusting. We're going to show you a blurred version of this. I would not want to actually see anything other than the blurred version of this. The venue staff in this situation was really pissed about this, understandably, to the point in the middle of this situation, they're approaching and cutting the show short.
They lost their
Fans are,
shit.
Like, backed up. Like, nah, I don't want to see this. This is gross. If I paid money to go see a live show and the artist... All right, so let's watch this together.
So
Here it
who's the
is. I'm going to press...
What band is this?
Danny Tantrum.
Danny Tantrum.
What band that is?
Play right now. Dropped it down. The guy says your set's cut. Picks up the turd, eats it, gets on the floor, starts
so he's doing the
flopping
GG
around
Allin.
on the ground.
Yeah. It's
just kind of,
100%
you know,
GG
pretty
Allin.
attention-seeking behavior.
Well,
there's no crowd anywhere nearby because they're like, yo, I don't want to see this, partake in this. Maybe that's like, it's not barbed wire. It's some sort of wiring, though. Yeah.
Was that his own
Are you
shit?
not entertained? People are just
Yeah. So at the beginning, you see that he like poops quickly, and then it just falls. So here he is pooping.
Could we like listen to a song of this dude and do a
Yeah.
little quick thrash it or trash it?
Let's see.
Just
I'd like
like
to
is the music at least worthwhile, or is it all about like the gross out factor and there's nothing
I guess
else
there's
going on?
only really one song that comes out. Okay, there's applesauce or and two. Which song do we? I guess applesauce sounds better.
Let's get the food-related one.
Yeah.
Imagine he's like the next, Lennon McCartney or something.
McShartney. So he really is going for just the GG Allin thing. Yeah.
I feel like Sean would have liked that.
Especially once he found out that the dude eats his own poop.
He likes that noise shit.
All right, let's book him on the show.
That has 98 views in 2 years.
Wow. Well, it's gonna go up now, I guess.
Yeah, thanks to Rockfeed.
Yeah.
Rockfeed with you, everybody.
And RIP Livecast.
But yeah, book him for next week, Rob. It's probably fine. I mean, it's not like he could touch us with his poop via Zoom.
Yeah.
Right.
What
We're
if-
safe.
What if he throws poop at his own camera and we all see it?
That's fine. What do I care? It's his camera. Be a nice bump for us.
He'll do a bump right after
Rob, I'm sure he's done quite a few.
on the air.
What?
Do a bump of his own poo.
Oh, see that? I'll pass on that.
Anybody could eat poo. Will you snort it, Danny Tantrum?
We challenge you.
Did he call himself that because it sounds like Danny Tanner? Or is that just a coincidence?
I was thinking the same thing.
They should do a Full House reboot called Full Toilet.
Oh my God. Everywhere you look, there's a turd. The Olsen twins love his music. They were at that show.
Yeah. I mean, what's not to love? Look, my title now is sort of, my headline is relevant again. Climbing up the ladder. It's back to shit.
He did have to climb up on something to drop that turd, right? So he
Yeah.
did feel
Wow.
inspired, though.
Prescient. I didn't even know that was on our format. today.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's like Providence.
Was the show in Rhode Island?
Unclear.
I think it was in Texas.
Did you say Pennsylvania, Rob? Oh, Texas. Oh, okay. I was saying maybe Luigi went to the show before stopped off. That's why he got caught Should have got his McDonald's only, not
Well,
pick
no,
one.
Luigi was his drummer, and then the guy didn't have his full band with him, so he had to fill time somehow. So he decided to eat his own poop.
No, it's all Luigi's fault. Terrorists.
You okay, Rob?
I'm okay.
I said Luigi again. He started mooning.
He's daydreaming.
No, I'm just thinking about Luigi. What do you think he's doing?
He's probably watching the show.
Oh, he has internet access, do you think?
Yeah, why not? They smuggle him a cell phone in.
Sing to him now, Rob.
My Luigi. Dun, 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 dun. My Luigi.
You give him your Bologna?
Oh, you're such a pretty one. A pretty one.
Come and get a little Rob's big boner.
I'm into it.
We got about 10 minutes left in the show. It's just going to be Rob singing humming Maestro. Is this the Hummer you're going to make Luigi?
Oh!
Oh.
What song would you hum while giving him a hummer?
Star Spangled Banner.
Rob doesn't know that one.
There was from that movie. Wasn't there? What was that movie where the guy, it's like a graphic. I saw a clip of this in my class. It was a big movie like a few years ago. It's just three gay guys having a threesome, and one of them like starts humming the national anthem while rimming the other guy.
Rob?
I can't remember. And it's played for laughs. It's like a comedic moment.
Was this the Billy Eichner movie?
No, it was more of an indie movie. It was like got graphic sex in it. It's not like a mainstream movie.
And it was a movie and not a porn?
I think it was it was like an indie festival type movie. I'll look it up later and let you guys know.
Yeah, Rob definitely wants to check that out for his research purposes. Purely above board.
Yes, mama.
What?
I don't
Was
know.
that a drop or was that actually you?
Yeah, that was a drop. That I just dropped.
Oh, there you go.
On all you fools. All right, let's talk about our Spotify playlist.
One second. I found the movie. It's called Short Bus.
Oh,
that sounds
and
familiar.
it's like a sort of. It's not all about sex. It's like a gay sort of coming
it's an
of
erotic
age.
comedy.
Yeah, but there's a graphic sex in it.
You see hard dicks?
Yes, you see insertion of dick into mouth. Also.
Oh, so is this Vincent Gallo production?
No, but it was funny. I only saw a clip, but it was funny.
Rob's Googling it now. He's downloading.
I'm downloading it immediately.
He's watching the whole movie now.
Yeah, sorry, I gotta go, guys. Yep. Okay, it's downloading. But let's talk about our Spotify playlist. Each week we pick a song, we throw it on a playlist, and you can listen to it on Spotify as you would like, whenever you would like. And we have quite a few songs on there now. Quite a few. 766 to be certain. 51 hours of music. And I picked a song from one of my favorite albums of the year. In fact, longtime listeners of the show know that I'm a huge fan of Justice. They were one of the first electronic acts that tickled my fancy, along with Chromie Ho.
Oh, so this is Mustaine's kid, his band?
Different. This is the French Justice.
Oh.
They have a new album they put out this past summer called Hyperdrama. And I've been really giving it some spins lately. It's very good. And they have another artist in there who I'm really enjoying lately called Thundercat. Who's this fantastic musician. And I recently realized I always thought he looked familiar, and he was the bassist of Suicidal Tendencies for like a good 8 years before he went solo and did some stuff. Thundercat is really, really cool. He has this really fun song on Yo Gabba Gabba called I Am an Orange Cat. And it's a children's song, but it has some of the most funky bass lines you will ever hear. It's like a children's song that adults can enjoy. So I've really been jamming Thundercat a lot. He has some cool tracks. And I've been jamming Justice, so I figured, why not both here on this? The song's called The End. It's me. Darren, what's your pick?
My pick is R.L. Burnside, the blues guy who was just, this song is called Go. This is not the song. I watched a movie in class called Holy Motors and had one of his songs on it. But then I just started diving into his stuff. This song is called Going Down South. It's not about cunnilingus.
Oh.
It's about dying. He'd rather die than be with this woman, apparently, I guess. So that's what Going Down South means. But anyway, this movie Holy Motors is phenomenal. Blew my mind. Great soundtrack. Very surreal and weird. And they had R.L. Burnside on the soundtrack. And R.L. Burnside was a real interesting guy. Like, he never got discovered until he was like 60. Always toiling in obscurity and just playing clubs and shit. And he got discovered by John Spencer from John Spencer Blues Explosion.
Oh.
And took him on tour, and then he became like a media darling, and all that. So big fan. Like, it's very like his music he put out in the 90s and later after being discovered is very like rocky blues, like not the stuff before is more like traditional blues, and then he just a lot of rock infusion there in his later stuff, including this song that I put on the old playlist. So check him out. Really good artists.
Nice.
Sydney?
Well, for me, I discovered a new band this week called Birthday Girl DC.
Hold on, what?
Well, there's a reason. It ties back to something old. So this band features the daughter of Fugazi's drummer and the niece of Fugazi's lead vocalist and guitarist, who are like in their late teens, early 20s, and they started their own band. And it's actually pretty good. So I was very pleasantly surprised to see that they were like friends. It's just very wholesome and heartwarming to know that like the kids of these musicians that I look up to so much, like, are friends and are now making music together in an actual band that doesn't suck.
What kind of music?
It's like female fronted indie rock.
Okay.
It's not Fugazi-esque. It's its own thing, but it's good. It was very pleasant. Not necessarily the kind of thing I would seek out on its own, but the familial connection was enough to make me listen. They have a full length from 23 that is very rough, very like high school band sounding. And then they have an EP they put out earlier this year that is like way better production wise. It actually sounds like a real legit band.
I guess the folks were like, well, you're not using our equipment. Do it on your own. If you're any good, we'll fund you, but you got to do it on your own first.
Yeah, they figured it out. So it's very nice to see. So the song I picked was called Allergies, and it's actually good. I made my wife listen to it because this band sounds more like something she would like, and she was actually very into it.
That's good.
So that was like the true test for me, if this is like a legit band or just Nepo babies. And my wife does not care that they're related to Fugazi, so she just, on its own merits, she said it was pretty good. And we also have a pick this week from Jander, which I will share now. He says his pick is the song Marijuana in Your Brain by Lords of Acid. And he says Ruth McCardle, a.k.a. Cherry Blue, a.k.a. Lady Galore of Lords of Acid, passed away on the 16th. Ruth was the vocalist for the album Voodoo You, that is the track featured, that this track is featured on. Voodoo You is widely considered the fan favorite, including my own, of their discography. She was also a backup singer for local Chicago legends My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult. R.I.P. Ruth.
I remember Lords of Acid were on like every single soundtrack for like the whole 90s and 2000s, like Austin Powers and what else.
And didn't My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult have like a moment, like an MTV buzz clip moment, or like they were on Beavis and Butthead? I remember some video of theirs got some play at some point in the 90s.
From sure. I mean, sounds right.
Yeah. And that also covers the RIP for this week. RIP Ruth.
And of course, like I said, if you want to throw us a few bones, the show's absolutely free. We have given you 800, nearly 800
Almost.
free
Next
episodes.
week, episode 800. Fucking
Well,
crazy.
technically, we have given you 800.
Yeah,
free
episode 0.
episodes.
Yeah.
We do have episode 0. And so if you'd like to show your support, please throw us a few bones on the Patreon, patreon.com/RIPLivecast. We did a watch along. Oh, no. We all watched
We
the
didn't make
terrible Amazon Prime movie Red One. And then we got together and talked about how terrible it was. And it's now streaming on Prime. And The Rock actually had this tweet. I want to pull it up. Because it's like, oh, yeah, definitely, for sure, Rock. Talking about what a hit it is on Amazon Prime. And the tweet says something like, our little Christmas movie, Red One, little. I mean, he's joking, sure. But it fucking cost $250 million. Set the record for Amazon with 50 million viewers this past weekend. Of course, they don't mention how these viewers were tabulated. It could just be if you roll over on the fucking trailer on the homepage, that's a view. Red One has a long shelf life with multiple verticals.
What?
What?
He just
Who talks like that?
Artists, Rob.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, he talks about movies like they're Costco locations or something.
Yes,
Rob's got
exactly.
multiple verticals for Luigi.
Oh.
Just one.
And it's
Yeah.
red.
We shit all over this movie. You could enjoy it.
Like Danny Tantrum on that stage.
Yes. we do a
Danny
better job
Tantrum
than
the
Danny
shit out of it.
Tantrum. Yeah.
More
for sure.
shit is flung.
You can check that out as long as, like we said, 5 years of great episodes. You definitely got to watch our watch along of Partners if you haven't seen that.
Yeah.
We watched this terrible South Brooklyn movie that, we're not exaggerating, ran out of funding halfway through the movie, and then we're like, what the fuck? Like, there's no mics at the end. Like, by the
There's
end of it,
repeated
is
shots. They're using shots over again from earlier.
yes. So there's so many great things in our archives. Please check it out. And if you want to throw us a few extra bones, you could be a top Livecast fan of the week. You get a shout out at the end of the show. That's right now.
I have an idea.
Oh.
You can be Rudy Giuliani explaining why each of these people framed him in his criminal case.
Now, people don't know this, but I'm the first one to get a photo of Spider-Man. But Benjamin wouldn't let me print this photo, and you don't know this, but I'm the one who caught the son of Sam, and this Dan R trying to get his friend Shasusis to put me in jail over it, and Lando thanks, you don't know this, but I'm the one who brought hydroponics into the city. And no thanks from Corey and Scotty H for that. But I can't even afford an apartment thanks to Erin and the work her and Mr. Schmertzler try to pull off.
You forgot LaCroix.
Trying to get me to lose my license. And I'll tell you what, LaCroix, I'm not going to lose my license. I'm going to be like
already.
Douglas Who Are You Levison. Regain my license.
Oh.
Hey, Rudy.
Find,
Sorry, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
find Slinkies. Tell him, call up Janda. It's time to get the band back together. We're suing Randy Blad.
I was gonna say, I think Jander or Randy Bled might have made you forget LaCroix. That was their sabotage there in the list.
Yeah, that's right. What he said.
Trying to help. I'm like the 40-year-old with peppered hair to look like an 80-year-old standing next to you in that press conference.
Thank you. Folks, that's our show. We'll be back for the 800th episode next week. Hope you join us. Until then, we love you. We kiss you. Bye-bye.